welcome to a new video. So it's been a bit of a, it's going to be a mad week. I've got a set of nails ready, but I haven't edited it. So I thought today I would, instead of doing a voiceover, I'm just going to show you. Someone asked me if I would do a video on my, I can't remember if they called it my favourite things or my must-haves. So I've kind of, this video is going to be a mixture of my favourite things and must-haves for me personally. So I'm going to show you everything that I use or would not want to be without. And I'm going to start, let me just move them all across. There's quite a lot of things here, so we'll get through them one by one. So the first thing is I actually use kitchen roll. This is the Regina Blitz kitchen roll. It's really thick, though I have recently learned in the last couple of days that actually kitchen roll can be quite damaging to your acrylic brushes in the long run. It was actually on Katie Barnes's Instagram. She done a live of a bead application, and she mentioned that the IKEA party napkins are actually a really good thing to use instead of this kitchen roll. So I will have to invest in those. The only thing is I haven't got an IKEA near me, and I think postage is £4 for some party napkins, so I'm kind of not liking that idea at the minute. But if I get someone that goes to IKEA, or no, someone, sorry, that will go to IKEA, I'll ask them to grab me some. And I'm going to try those out. The second thing is obviously nail tips. Now there are so many nail tips out there, and I don't have any clients. I literally do nails for YouTube, but I particularly like these tips. They're Macart tips, but they're from Pink Candy Nails on eBay, and I really like the shape of the. I'll just show you one of them quickly. This is a pack of 500. And you get, I think you get 10 sizes. Can't remember, 10 or 11 sizes. But I particularly like the, I like that the walls, they're, hang on, let me just compare these two. I ran out of these for a long time. And I was using, here we go, there we go, I'll show you these. I was using this sort of shape, because look how many of these I've got so many. But these ones are a lot more, they're a lot more elongated, I think that's the right word, whereas these ones are kind of wider here, and then they just curve down nicely. I just prefer the shape to these ones than what I do these ones. I don't know, you're probably thinking, well, there's not a lot of difference, and there isn't, I suppose. I'm just a bit fussy. But these ones have got a more defined well in them. Not that I use them on people, but I just prefer these. Much prefer these. And because I was sorting out all my tips the other day, I thought, oh, I might get some of those. So that I've got some, and I have them. So I don't know if, I did have a look on the Macart website for these, but I couldn't see them. But these I've been getting from eBay. I just type in Pink Candy Nails, and you're able to find these. So the next thing we're obviously going to need, you might not need them if you're doing clients and you don't do for YouTube, but if you like to practice nail designs, nail tip holders are a must. I stick mine on with blue tack. You can stick them on with double-sided like tape some people use. I also have lots of these single ones. I've got a pumpkin one over here that I kind of supposed to use for autumn, but I always forget I've got it. But these are good for when you're practicing nail art. Right, let's go on to, so we're going to go on to these. I'm going to tell you the product. These are my favourite products for acrylic. My go-to acrylic is Rachel Wilder's acrylic. I absolutely love her acrylic. I'll try and link everything down below so that you can go to the websites and just find them straight away. I've got that out for a different reason. Team Gorgeous was Rachel Wilder's. This was Rachel Wilder's. This is Rachel Wilder's brand, but she rebranded and she now does these new. So it's not called Team Gorgeous anymore. It's just called Rachel Wilder's. Basically. But I've got this out for a different reason, which I will tell you in a minute. So my go-to acrylic brand is Rachel Wilder's. There are so many different brands of everything out there that you really need to find. You just need to have a play with things. A lot of companies do trial kits, which is quite good. So have a play, and then you can kind of decide which is your like favorite, and then just stick with it, because there's so many. What I've discovered is there are so many different brands out there, and you'll chop and change. If you're like me, you'll chop and change several times, and I've kind of now settled with Rachel Wilder's for my acrylic. And I've been using Madam Glam for years. They started to send me some stuff years ago, and I've tried loads of other different gel polish brands in between, as you'll know, and I just, at the moment, like lately, Madam Glam is just my absolute go-to gel polish range. I love them. Yeah, they're brilliant. So I use these. So I've got my gel polishes as Madam Glam's. I also use Madam Glam's gel paints. They are my go-to gel paints. Gel paints I would thoroughly recommend if your clients like a lot of nail art. If you're not going to get any, if you don't want to get loads of different colours, I would thoroughly recommend a white and a black and a gold and a silver, because I think you'll use those quite a lot. Another right, kind of this, I don't know if you can see this. This is Melody Susie's little it's a little UV lamp thing. But if you do what do you call it? Those full, what are they called? You know, those like a Gel-X system. This lamp is ideal. And also, if you don't have this, something like this little, this was from Nelkemy, but you can get these cheaper elsewhere. Sorry, Nelkemy, but they can. These UV torches, you can get them really cheap on eBay. And speaking of these, there's actually other thing I forgot. I'm going to get that out because that is a must-have as well. I also use these for if I want to colour in the back of my decals to make them more prominent on the nails. I will cure it with this, just because its stamp is a little bit awkward to get into the lamp. But I will just cure it with this before I stamp it onto the nails. So speaking of stampers, a stamper. If you use decals, I feel like I'm going from one thing to the other. Decals are amazing. I use Nail Sugar's decals. You can get 10% off these, by the way, using my code NATMUG10. They've got so many different designs now, and these are great for instant nail art. And I will cut these off and I will apply them with my stamper. You will have seen me do this in my videos. If you're new here, have a look back at some of my videos. I will cut out the decal, and I will then put it upside down on my stamper, and then I stamp it onto the nail, and it just makes my life so much easier. So decals for instant nail art, stamper for applying. Also another thing is like glitters and things. I get my glitters from Nail Sugar. There's a nice range of I was gonna say sugars, glitters on there as well. If you like to do nail art, then I would, glitters, things like micro mylar, stuff like that. You can get them from Nail Sugar. I've only shown you 3 because I've got lots and it would just be a nightmare to show you them all. This glitter this acrylic I got out. If you're not an acrylic tech but you do gel polish designs, if you like to do embossed looking nail art or textured nail art, I would recommend just getting some clear acrylic just to sprinkle on your designs to make it look embossed. I'll try and put some images sort of here so that you can have a look at the ones that I've done of like embossed designs using acrylic on gel polish nails. But yeah, I would recommend definitely getting some. You can get some cheap clear acrylic as well. It doesn't have to be like a posh branded one. Okay, so another thing, if you actually I probably should have said this when I said about the nail tip stands. This is another way of practicing your nail art. It's got a bit dusty. This is the Aliana hand. This is the Anais half hand from Aliana hand. Bit of a mouthful. Can you see how lifelike this is? This is the, so it's the Anais lifelike half hand, and it's in the shade Autumn. So she's got a nice tan. I don't, I look like Casper. She's a bit dusty and she's got glitter on her, but I usually just give her a hand wash with some soapy warm water. She's just amazing. You can get 5% off these, by the way, using my code NatMug5. I just, for things like Instagram photos and, you know, stuff like that, you just get a real nice lifelike looking image. And I just love these. They're amazing. They also have the, I'll show you here. This, it might be, yeah, she's quite dusty. So this is that's the Aliana hand. They also, this is the posable lifelike hand in the shade Winter. So you can tell she's like a little bit more pale. But again, look, you've got all the veins and stuff in there. It's incredible. And this bit here, you get a magnetic a stand with it, and it pokes in there, and you just, but these are posable. This one they call flexible, because you can move the fingers but you can't pose them. I like this one. I don't use this one that often because I don't want to ruin it. They're quite expensive, but I mean, you can see how from what I know, they do actually, I think they make real prosthetic hands as well. I'm not sure, I might be wrong, I might have got that wrong totally, but you can just see how amazingly lifelike they are. They're incredible. But yeah, as I said, they are quite pricey, so you'd have to look at it as an investment. But yeah, with the 5% off code, I mean, it saves you a little bit. Tools. Oh no, hang on, this is another thing. Isopropyl alcohol. You know, like gel cleanser. I find that, like, on Nail Nail's website, not just Nail Nails, but other places like Bling Line sell it as well. I find that the gel cleanser, the stuff that you use to get the tacky layer off the nails, is quite expensive. And I just use isopropyl alcohol instead, because it's so much cheaper. And I mean, this was, from the top of my head, I think it was about £6 for a litre, and I just get mine off Amazon. And it lasts me quite a long time. I do a lot of gel polish nails, so I do go through it, but it's so much cheaper than buying like gel cleanser and stuff like that. So that's the isopropyl alcohol. Right, tools. I've got a lot of tools that I like. A good set of little scissors is a must. I got these from Nailmate ages ago. These, I just really like these ones. They're quite sharp, which is good. I use these to cut out my decals. Again, I mean, this kind of thing you could probably get from lots of places, but you want to make sure they're nice and sharp, because there's nothing worse than blunt scissors. Tools, ta-da! Right, this was is, can you see? The Nail Sugar Natalie Mugridge detailer brush. So Karen kindly supplied these. This was like it's a bit dirty, it could probably do with a clean. I've had this for years. This was my, I can't even remember, 7mm detailer brush. I absolutely love this brush. I use it all the time, but they're not available anymore on the website. However, if you want something similar, Ugly Duckling, let me just show you so I mean, I wonder if they come from like the same factory, I don't know, but just for example, oh, it's a bit bent. This is the Striper 2 from Ugly Duckling. They're virtually identical. So if you want like a good alternative, Ugly Duckling is the way forward. If you don't want to spend, I don't know how much they are. I don't think they're not uber expensive, but Madame Glam also do some really nice tools. For instance, that I've got here, their ombre brush and their application brush. I've been using these quite a lot, well, a lot more in my videos, and actually they're not bad. They are bringing out some new tools, which I think they're sending to, I think they're on their way to me, I'm not sure. So I will be showing you those. But these are quite good as well, the Madam Glam tools. And also dotting tools, I find I use quite a lot when I'm doing nail art. Like they're good for doing dots. You could use the brushes, but sometimes I find if you have a gel polish or a gel paint that decides to ball up, it doesn't ball up right at the end. It kind of balls up a little way up the bristles. So when you go to daub, you end up with more of a line than a dot. So these dotting tools are amazing. I can't remember where I got these. I think they were from Amazon, and they've also got tiny little silicone tools on the end, which are quite good for if you do things like, you can use these for like the sculpting gels, if you want to do little 3D designs with the sculpting gel, that kind of thing. So yeah. Where else are we? Oh, a palette. A palette's always a good thing to have. This was from Alchemy. Oh, look, the underside is so dirty. Excuse me, I'm getting a dry throat. Yeah, you can see how used and how loved this palette is. This was from Alchemy, I think, and it came with a little like spatula-y thing. I think it was about $7.99. Can't remember though. These clips, I got a couple of these. I think these were from Alchemy as well. They're quite good I have chubby sidewalls, so they're quite good for putting on your fingers and pulling the chubby bits away, to stop you from getting product on your chubby finger sidewalls like mine. So those are just little clips, don't know what you call them. They were from Alchemy as well. Now these are, for me, or especially one of them was an absolute game changer. Let me just get these out of the way. I am forever nipping off the skin. I know you shouldn't nip off the skin, like living skin, but I do it on myself. And Rachel Wilder's, no, not Rachel Wilder's, that's the acrylic. Katie Barnes, she is the most incredibly thorough teacher that I think I've ever listened to. I watched one of her replays on Instagram the other day, and she's just so, like, you watch her apply she's just brilliant. I just can't tell you, she's brilliant. I watched her thinging, and it made me buy one of her courses. Because I just wanted to, like, when the live finished, I was like, I want to learn more. No, it can't have finished now. Anyway, these scissors are her cuticle scissors, and they're quite light. When they arrived, I was like, oh, is that it? But I don't know why I expected them to be quite heavy, but they're quite lightweight. And if you see, they curve at the end. They curve up, so they're really good for just getting off that dead cuticle. They're brilliant. I love these. I use these a lot. She also has a sharpening service, so when they start to get blunt, you can send them back and they sharpen them, and it's not expensive. I can't remember exactly how much it is, but it's not expensive. And then, so those were the cuticle ones. She also does, I think she does 3 or 4 different types. These ones that I've got here are a bit bigger. These are I'm sure these were the form fitting scissors. So like when you have your form on, when you need to make like incisions in the form, these were the form fitting scissors. I'm pretty sure this is what these were. I haven't sculpted a nail in forever. I bought these with all really good intentions, and I haven't really used these ones yet. I've probably used them like once or twice, but because I don't have clients and I don't wear long nails on me, these are my natural nails at the moment. These need redoing, but yeah, they're growing quite nicely, so I don't want to cut them off and do you know what I mean? But she's got some other, as far as hand tools go, I mean, I've only got hang on, let me just show you. I've just got these like really cheap things from like, I don't know, like Born Pretty or something. I would, if I had clients, and I do want to do this just for me, but at the moment I just feel like it's too much of a luxury, because it would be a luxury for me, because I don't have clients and they're quite expensive. But Katie Barnes has got some really nice hand tools, which eventually I would like to purchase, but at the moment, with the way things are, I can't justify buying anything she says buying one of her courses. But it wasn't actually the course was really reasonably priced, and for some reason I got 20% off. I think it was because I had to, I don't know. Okay, the other thing I'm waffling on and I'm getting a tickly throat. Let me just quickly get some. Oh, I dropped the lid. There it is. Cherry Pepsi Max, which means I'll be burping in a minute. And the other thing is, excuse me, crystals. My go-to crystal brand is Preciosa, and I get these from Crystal Parade. Again, I just grabbed out a couple of pots. These are the AB ones. I'm not going to take them out because I just haven't got time. The video's getting on as it is. It's like 21 minutes. But Preciosa crystals are absolutely amazing, and they're a great Swarovski alternative. They're just as nice. Crystal Parade do a cheaper or more reasonably priced brand called Zodiac. Some of them crystals I do like. However, some of them, like, it's probably because I'm a bit of a crystal snob now, but I do much prefer Preciosa, even though you do pay that little bit more for them. But that's just me. And then obviously you're going to need a gem glue. Now at the moment, my go-to gem glue is the Alchemy Crystal Totalis gem glue. I'm nearly out of this. Can you see it's running out? So I don't know. They don't do them in the pots anymore. They do them in squidgy bottles, which I don't like, unless I get a squidgy bottle and decant it into here. If I clean this, I might do that. I just find that I would probably squidge out too much and waste a lot of it. Also, I think the squidgy, the dispensable tubes that they do, I think they're only 10 mils, whereas these were 20 mils, so you can get quite a good amount in here. But I do have other gem glues that are curable. For instance, Rachel Wilder's Gem Fix, I think it's called, or Fix Fast. So there are others. However, this at the minute is my go-to, my Alchemy one. And then also, this is a bit of a weird one, but this, look at the state of that. It's got all scratched where I've been putting it in my brush pot. This is a back scratcher. I find that when I'm doing videos and stuff, I get itchy back sometimes. And this is called Jeremy, my back scratcher. This is a must because I can't sometimes scratch my back very well. But yeah, that I think is everything. If excuse me, if anything changes, I will have to do another one. Perhaps this time next year I might do an update. But at the moment, I think that is pretty much everything that I can't live without. And my nail sugar bits over there. I don't know if I can get that in the screen. So yeah, so you can get 10% off nail sugar using my code NatMug10. You can get 30% off Madam Glam bits and bobs using my code NatMug30. 5% off Aliana Hand using my code NatMug5. And 12% off Melody Susie using my code NatMug12K. I think that is everything. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a like. If you haven't already, do consider subscribing. It is completely free. Yeah, God bless. Love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you, bye.